Uh,
Oh, okay. So it's like reddish. So I'm thinking like ascent or sunset instantly. You know, it's not like a blue kind of map.
I'm thinking, I'm thinking Ascent. It looks like Ascent.
I can't imagine where this would be. Like, I think I've played so much ascent that it just can't be ascent. So I'm just gonna think like you're throwing me a curveball and say sunset.
Maybe like CT or T spawn.
A side more towards T spawn. Yeah. I don't even know where this wall would be logically, but like somewhere like that.
It's in market.
Like looking at it now, I'm like, oh, obviously. Like I'm just so stupid.
Uh, I think this might be bind. It looks like bind to me.
I want to say ascent again because it's also red, and I feel like this banner, like I've shot like a silver dart.
Maybe like somewhere around like A short.
Is it maybe fine?
Oh, wow. Did not expect you to get that one.
Oh my, it is fine. I'm so good. I knew it. From the start, I was like, this is fine for sure. I had it. Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I recognize this man. Oh,
It could be like Haven maybe. I think I'll go with Haven.
okay. Yeah, I want to say split final answer and like T-side.
Oh, split. I've never looked up there.
Ah, I did get the map.
Oh god. Oh wait.
Oh. Oh, wait. I think this is Ascent. I think this is in Market. There's a little bicycle in Market. I think that's where we are. Maybe. Potentially.
I'm pretty sure this is Ascent. Oh my god, it's in Market. I feel like it's Market.
Oh, that's so fire. Let's go.
It is. Okay. Oh god.
I like see this like art in my dreams. I know I've seen this, but I don't know where I am.
I feel like there's only so many maps that have this color scheme though. It's like gotta be like Haven, Ascent, Bind, maybe. Probably not Bind though. I want to say Ascent again, but I don't know where.
I'll guess Split, I guess. I don't know. I've seen this though. I have no idea.
I'm gonna go like Bind, like in like before you get to like A short. Oh my god, okay.
Oh wow. I probably have like a lineup on this thing. Like I probably do. Like I don't know. My bad.
Alright, so it's not a repeat map, so it's not Haven, or it's not Bind, it's not Ascent.
Okay, this little man I think is on multiple maps.
Okay, I think it's got to be like Split and like outside of like B main, maybe.
I gotta open up VALORANT to see what maps there are. I don't even know what maps are there. I'll guess Split again because I don't know. Oh wow. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
No.
Hello everyone and welcome back. The biggest welcome back, of course, to Riv's cat. I thought you told me it was a kitten. That is a...
Man, now I'm missing my
huge.
dog. Now I'm missing my dog on stream. I gotta go to my brother's and pick him up.
What is he doing over there? You okay? Are you okay?
I just want to see Desmo start attacking you for just like, let go of me!
My goodness.
No,
We got
Desmo's a nice one.
the cutest Valorant fan over there just in time for our next series here. Okay, alright. We got our next series on the horizon here. Looking at Complexity going up against Supernova, who are both able to take the win in their first group match over in Group L. So, of course, looking at these teams, these are two orgs that we know Complexity, of course. They're a team that are coming off of a hot second place finish over in Valorant Game Changers too. So they're looking to be pushing their way on. We'll have to see if Supernova fans have enough here to stop them in their tracks.
Definitely. Both of these teams have been on the grind during their quote-unquote off-season, if I like to call it, between Game Changers 2 and Game Changers 3. There's no rest for the wicked. They've been playing a lot of tournaments throughout in between both of these Game Changers. Complexity and even Supernova are going head-to-head in a previous competition here with the Neon Dream Energy Invitational, although, put a little bit of an asterisk on that one. It was a different roster that we had for Supernova. That said, maybe that's the nature of the business, is why we have Game Changers 3 with SNG with a whole different roster, just because, you're trying to win it all if you don't have enough points going in right now, right? But yeah, let's have a touch on Complexity first.
Yeah, the roster that we get to see the repeat of course, the team that has been sticking together. And this is a roster that is such a strong core. All these individual players coming together. I mean, we got to see just in Valorant Game Changers 2, Riv, that they have a little of that special something as a group.
Oh my gosh, they do. See that these players also came from different teams that were also amazing. Like, they are a part of the reason those teams were amazing. It wasn't that team. So seeing Jazzykins and Claudia again and Lace, we've heard her speak at VCT, Ray's being amazing, and Kara. Like, every one of these players can have standout moments, and I think they are going to have some standout moments come this one. We talked about how hungry FlyQuest was. Well, Complexity's been there a few more times just trying to gain those points, and they're oh so close this time, Sierra.
They're so close. They're so close. Of course, one of the teams that we're really keeping our eyes on here in Valorant Game Changers 3, as getting the most amount of points that they can is so important for them to be able to qualify into that Game Changer Championship. So I'm really excited to see what form they're coming into for Valorant Game Changers 3. Looking at Supernova Galaxy, this is a roster, as you were talking about, Vance, it has had a couple of shifts. So yes, there's been some grinding in this off season, but it's only Marina and Izir that we've really seen returning. Yeah,
at least we still have some firepower coming in from Princess Icy that we've seen in the past. I think she played with, like, I don't want to bring out names. I might be off on that one. Valaris, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. But that said, it's a whole different story looking at this roster versus Complexity, because you just mentioned here, Ciara, for Complexity, it's about the points. They're still in the race to get the second place if they don't win Game Changers. For Supernova, it's a do-or-die situation. So maybe that's why, as I was trying to allude to before, we have a whole different roster going into this right now. But I still think this is a roster that's going to pose an issue for Complexity, because you're playing with a do-or-die mentality. You're leaving it all on the table. You're playing with aggression, and that can maybe catch players like Complexity off guard. Because you've mentioned, Riv, that yes, we have an all-star lineup with Complexity on the other end, although I feel that there's been a little bit of not a miss in terms of an identity for Complexity. It's just because we've had different roles in IGLs for different players, and when that person has to take the IGL role, you could definitely see that their fragging capabilities are not on par, as to they have to focus on so much more. So I'm talking about specifically the switch from Lace over to Jazzykins now, and that could have been the same story. Lace is popping off now in the fragging department as well. Claudia's the one that's picking up the weight too as a Sentinel player, but you know, if Jazzykin doesn't have to frag as much and could just focus on calling as well, that may be the winning solution as well for Complexity.
Yeah, 100%, especially too being able to see Jazzy really step into this role in IGL and calling for the team. I'm excited to see then for Valorant Game Changers 3 how that's really starting to develop. Going into though our map picks and bans, excited to see where this goes, because
let's do it.
The conversation has been, is there going to be any surprises? Can Supernova Galaxy catch team off guard? And they're going to be bringing out Breeze. That is going to be after Lotus, of course. But I'm excited for this, Riv. I feel like this could be a really fun couple of maps.
I am ready for Breeze. I want to see some Breeze. But Lotus, we just came off Lotus. We'll get to see it again. A lot of that fake, a lot of the macro work to get a team out of their initial positions and then hit the map you want, or side of the map you want. But it could come down to the arrays fight again, which will be really, really cool. We'll actually see how that plays out.
And that's now Supernova Galaxy, as I mentioned before, laying it all on the table, an opportunity to really try to get an upset against Complexity here because, as we mentioned, a different roster going head-to-head the last time they played against each other, but Lotus was on that table. So with those players that still have that experience to play against Complexity, they could call those same tendencies for how Complexity plays, rather, on Lotus. And then Breeze, you're pulling out a brand new map that probably hasn't been practiced too much. It has been played too much. And you have an opportunity to really bring out like a secret sauce and an ace under the sleeve to try to bring the upset here and potentially maybe even bring it to a third map. So that's what I'm looking forward to for sure.
Especially too, we've talked about a couple of these teams that were expected to make these runs, maybe hiding a couple of strats for later, but seeing that there is that Breeze as that second map there coming out from Supernova Galaxy, I'm excited to see them just lay all their cards on the table and just show us exactly what they got. We got to get through that Lotus though first. Obviously, that Raze face-off is one that we're kind of expecting at this point in time. Is there anything else, though, looking at these teams that you're kind of hoping for, Riv, that we might be able to see on Lotus to start things out?
Marina fragged pretty well coming into last. I believe Marina CL's still there.
Yep.
Really well in the Astra. So that's kind of your map control, right? That's maybe happening later in the round because you leave your controller up, you let your controller lurk. So we may be looking for that a little bit here coming from Supernova Galaxy to explode like that in the game.
I'd be excited for that. I love it. I love lurking Astra. Sometimes these controllers could be like that huge difference maker, especially when we get to see over on Lotus. Excited for that. Especially too, obviously, this is the second match that the teams are playing for today, and they took a pretty strong win bans in their first best of 3. They started out with Lotus and had a pretty good performance all the way around. I know that we've been talking about a couple of the reoccurring members quite a lot, but Scary Shark, I mean, 24-12 on a Viper to be kicking things off on Lotus in their previous series.
That's probably the unknown factor, and again, another maybe a second ace on the other sleeve to maybe try to see how this team Supernova are going to do here against Complexity. But you talked about players and teams needing to warm up maybe going into the second series. We talked about Sovereignty in the previous match that we just watched, where the aim started looking a lot more crispy within the rounds itself, looked really close, despite the results not looking the same. So now if you have players like this that are dropping 20s and now they've got a series under the belt, and then going into the second series against Complexity, it could definitely be an all-out fest once again. And we talked about like Lotus the last time these two teams met against each other. That hasn't changed too much for Complexity in the past games that they've played. They've always ran pretty much that same composition as the standard that you usually see, like that Raze, I think the Viper, the Omen, and Sky and Killjoy. So if that's going to be the case, and you know those tendencies on how you're going to play, and then you're fragging out the way that you are, sometimes it doesn't really matter how players are anchoring around the site if you're going to be able to win those duels.
An interesting note, too, in the fact that it is a rematch, despite a mostly changed Supernova Galaxy roster, is the fact that they actually know what Complexity has because of the fact they've already played against them, whereas then Complexity doesn't really necessarily know that back. So they have that first-hand experience. It's not even just VOD reviews of what Complexity can be bringing out against them, even just in terms of the strat rev. So I feel like that's also something that could be pretty interesting, and where right out of the gate, Supernova might just be able to start holding away a couple of rounds, being able to pick apart some of those tendencies.
And kind of like the time in there and what you might change. A lot of times your first or your second rounds, you don't change too much. It feels comfortable. You know what to do against the team. You'll have a few. But we may see those same strats again, just with a delay in the round, maybe even a little quicker, just to throw Supernova off. So I'm sure Complexity is ready, but they're also kind of thinking, what else do we need to throw at Supernova so we can give them a tough time as well?
Yeah, being warmed up in that first series is definitely not going to be as stressful going into this one as well. I mean, you're both going in from the upper brackets in the GSL group, so you don't have that much of a pressure being like, okay, if we lose, we drop to the lowers, we still have a chance to qualify into the double elim bracket and still have a chance to move into the top 8 there. And from the shoes of Complexity, stepping in those shoes, I mean, their level of comfortability is like super high. don't really see Complexity missing out on any main events so far in 2023 or 2022 or any other events that they're playing. I mean, they played the Knights Forge most recently, and despite them getting like very one-sided defeat against Core was a team that just stepped up to the plate and made it even to the grand finals against Oxygen. So that's great experience right there to play that map on Lotus against a strong team like Core. So the reps are in, the practice is there. So I don't think that they're going to be really caught off guard on how their opponents would play. It now comes down to reading the map they would understand. Just now you have to be on point for your shots. Both of these teams are warmed up.
Yeah, the fact that they've been able to string so many of events together, coming off of like a light experience as well, should bode so well for the team. So I'm excited to see that come to light as we have our agent select ready. It's time to get started with their first map of Lotus. I'll see you two later.
Thank you so much, Sierra. And yeah, you talked about our lurking Astra. It would potentially be here, Marina, going into this head-to-head between Complexity and Supernova Galaxy here, Riv. And again, for Complexity, no changes, no surprise, going to the tried and true, and going to the tried and true of this map.
This should be pretty solid from Supernova. I think they can put up a good fight here. If Marina can play as they did in the last game, even though different composition, Supernova has had competition against Misfits, FlyQuest, and Complexity recently, preparing themselves, getting ready for this. So hopefully it can be a good match that they go back and forth. The last time they went, it was 13-11. Again, different comp here for Supernova. But I do expect to see a clash here between these two teams, fans. I'm excited for this.
Yep.
The Astra is going to be one of our big changes on this, but we do have that Raze game we're looking at, and it's a big one, right? Fave versus Jazzykins, and that's a name I think everybody knows here, so it will be somebody we will be watching.
And what do you want to do with this Astra as well, with the nerfs that came in towards how she's going to use her Gravwell for these pulse plants? When you're going to try to be as surprising to do a Gravwell nade, for example, towards A main, it won't be as effective. So how do you fine-tune this roster if you want to go for that triple pressure out towards A main? Is that still going to be possible? And that is, again, a disadvantage looking at this, Riv, because when you're looking at triple pushes, an Omen could maybe go on the top of Rubble. They have an Astra instead here for Supernova. They probably can't do it, but maybe the Fade's going to do that instead, and we don't know too much about Fade either. Or Fade, sorry, not Fade. Yeah. Right?
Who?
Fade.
Omen? Fade.
Yeah.
I thought you said Fade.
As
I'm
a
like,
player.
Fade
Yeah,
who?
that's what I was going to say. Like,
who
Fade.
does he mean, though?
That's like Fade,
Oh my gosh.
Fade. It's going to be complicated this time around.
Watching the games in China with somebody nobody. Oh my god, man! It's gonna be a good. It's gonna
be a great roster. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Fade. It is up to Fade though. That is a great call. Not Fade. It is up to Fade, and being sure that they have the utility to get in those positions, whether it's a smoke, whether it's a dismiss that's played to distract the eyes of Complexity so these plays can be made, is going to be interesting in the way that Marina plays that and being able to orchestrate the stars around the map. There's a great point about the Gravwell, because we hear a lot of pro players just kind of being like, man, anybody can run through that now. I think I was watching Valorant stream, and he's like, yeah, everybody just runs through that now. It feels really bad. Like, oh no, it feels bad for the controllers. But still have post plant. So that Astra staying alive, the controller being an anchor, being able to post plant Grav well off still counts, still helps. And that's a big thing we'll have to be looking for as well.
For sure. And their last player here for Supernova Galaxy is looking at Shark, right? They are a player, Scary Shark. There's absolutely no information about this player at all if you're trying to look at through their stats on those main stats websites that you want to try to find. So their only record is 19 rounds that they played in the last series just before facing against Complexity. So keep an eye out on this roster. The surprise factor continues to come out as Pistol Round is on the way for another matchup, Complexity versus Supernova Galaxy, with SNG on the attack, mid control to start off towards B main, and a default setup with their lurks on either extremities.
Both teams about the stars here. Let's see who can reach in the vans. It's an instant towards B to test the waters with that Trailblazer. And it looks like they are going to try to take sight.
And even trying to pinch towards the A main while the plant is going to come down. So trying to look back towards Hobbit Door hasn't been broken up yet, so that will not allow for a late lurk to really come through the pinch, but at least allow here Scary Shark to come back from B main and trying to fight that back. But Complexity waiting for the wall to come down on The attack trying to come through on the tap. Faye about to swing forward. Everybody focusing towards B main. Couple of players being vulnerable here from the gravity well, but it's still Complexity with a 2 first kill. Answered immediately back. Jazzikins with 4 though. Looking for that final ace, but on a 2 versus 1 is going to be Faye. Now back on the tap. Pain Shells does get the kill through the smoke, and Jazzikins comes back with the ace. And allowing Complexity maybe to not get this round. It's going to be close. 1.1 seconds left.
No way. And who else but Jazzikins with the ace and the 0.1 second defuse. Another paint shell to be able to throw in, buy some more time to Little Door, and the ace. I mean, it's just fumbling, deciding which wire to cut, which one was it, and boom! Makes the snip to save everyone. Another round here, and a Vandal. So you know what? I'm going down to $0 on this round, because that's how good I'm feeling. That's crazy. That's actually crazy to buy that all the way down.
I mean,
okay, let's see how confident they really are.
She gets a kill, she dies, there's a showstopper next. Here comes the drive-by back towards the mound, though, with the paranoia to follow up with flashes. So at least there's going to be more potential there for Jazzikins. There's that scary shark we're talking about. Lurking around here underwater towards the A site, spotted by Raze, thinking the site was clear and open. So that's going to stop the bleeding. That's going to stop the element of surprise here. The last 2 players of Supernova Galaxy are working up in individual places, trying to meet up towards the back spawn.
Slow from Complexity here. They're trying to reset. Oh, they know now they don't really have any control of the map. Still only 2 people, but Supernova Galaxy's in some tricky positions. This peak matters. Oh my gosh. Just a cat and mouse game. Somehow they're just traversing around each other right now.
So hard to get through when the smokes are up. You don't have flashes to work with, so it's going to have to be a 3-2-1 swing on either extremities and hopefully get a crossfire set up.
One enemy remains.
There's that first. And the trade-off on both ends. So great way to start things off. And to go back on that pistol on Riv, it almost feels like Jazzikins heard me from the pregame saying, oh, you think I can't frag against an IGL? Let me show you, Vance.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was like, well, even if there's not going to be any more frags, that delivered like an injection of hype to the entire team when your IGL got an ace on the first round and it diffused like that. So I'm sure they were roaring at a volume of 15 just to start this game. All right, first gun round coming in. Claudia's going to be on a Sheriff buy for this bonus. Not gun round, but first for SMG, I should say. And it is going to be aggression from Complexity. They don't want to give up the space just yet. And they kind of make Supernova sweat a little bit here on round 3 to start things off.
Yeah, we're starting to see the value of the Astra being used by Marina here on the attack is maybe you're not going to gravity well because it still takes a while before it activates towards the C main, but this could be some instant concusses if we continue to go for these jump peaks coming out from Raze on that C site that would maybe force Complexity to just readjust their defenses round after round after round. That said, though, we still have a 5v5, 2 rifles in the bonus round. We have a flash through! But the advantage comes out for SMG.
Nice formation, too. Making sure they could really take anything like that if they came through the smoke. There should be a plant. There should be a round. And Jazzikins had this Vandal for a few. I wonder if they try to actually just go for a few exits on this one. This will be a first loss, so about 1,900 going in the hands of Claudia. They don't really have a perfect buy next round, but I'm sure Claudia could low armor and they get right in there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're full going for it, Vance. Here they go.
Smoke coming up too. There's the first shots. I love it. We're watching that flank. So the Sixth Sense comes out now for Lace. Loses a fight though still against Scary Shark. So that will now force a save coming out from Jazzikins. And the crazy part about all this too is I was talking about the ace coming out from Jazzikins getting so close to the Yelp as a showstopper, but it's actually Faye that gets it first going into the next round.
And a solid one by Supernova Galaxy, showing a bit of patience outside C. And that's really good because I'm sure Complexity is going to test Supernova in a lot of ways this game, whether it's pressure from Jazzy first, or right away rather, up towards mid, which I thought we were going to see right just this round. Or it's nade plays on A, and they lose that space. I think Supernova's done a good job so far of just kind of understanding what Complexity wants out of the early first few rounds. But this gun round's going to make the difference. Odin out for Raze.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Going to get some tree spam going on here for sure. If that play goes towards the right side of the map, Supernova's going to have to be very careful.
And Complexity are still focusing on working the C-side pressure. The one-way smokes, the flashes, trying to maybe get the orb in the late rounds too for Jazzikins. And SNG, they're giving them the respect though. A long wait towards the spawn still.
It should be up to Kazler. You actually hear the guiding lights going off everywhere. We'll get another one right here as they try to approach A most likely, unless quiet through the orb. So this is early set. They still have a wall just in front, and they pass through this door. They're going to get shredded by wall and then an Odin. So this is a big setup here for Raze. They would love to hear this door open right now.
Oh, and there it is. Oh god, comes out first. There's a spray on the first, hiding behind the tree.
Oh no!
Easy like that. Spike falls down. A lurk up towards the staircase, spotted by Claudia. Misses, doesn't win the fight, but a nanoswarm still a trade-off from utility on both ends. So a great hold, but Spike got picked up by Princess Icy. Still an opportunity to revert the map with 30 seconds left.
That is a dangerous spot to be outside of when you have Raze in there. Oh, right in the door.
Yeah.
Nice shots.
Pain shells from Jazzy and push them back towards the A side, and the wall bang puts Marina down to 54 HP. 13 seconds left. The attackers have to commit now towards the A side. Just crouch, grab, unload all those bullets. Another 4K in the round this time into Raze.
Oh, that's not a toy. Oh my god.
I mean, it kind of looks like it, right? It's like the plastic knife or the plastic skins.
Just nerfing out this one. Just boop, boop. The pull down on that because the recoil hadn't reset either. Really cool. And line them up, knock them down, like at the carnival. All right, so Jazzy's had the round, Raze has had the round. We came into this match saying everybody could have a highlight round here for Complexity, and they're showing off early. They start right out. And like you said, Faye is going to be that one to kind of play the Omen job and break the distance as they take any A space. But again, this is going to be scary.
I'm surprised they really
want it
to
again.
Fight against Raze here.
They go back for more, yeah.
Trailers with misses. Now time to wall bang. A little bit of damage being done. Hobbit door getting broken up. Door about to open on the C side from Jazzikins. And there's the paranoia double flash. 3 players blinded.
No.
Easy kills coming out from Lace. But the trade-offs are instant from SNG. Supernova now with the pit coming out. Plant looking to get dropped here for Princess Icy. She's going to look for the plant. Getting control here by Scary Shark, only with the Guardian. But not here for the save. Claudia jumps down from the top rope for the headshot. Leaving now Scary Shark alone. Outside of the pit, back into it to bring up the integrity, or maybe even pull it down as a surprise. Has the elevation advantage. Pit now comes down. There's the first tap. Nice first headshot onto Raze. Claudia, a clutch player before for Complexity. Scary Shark seems to be an all-star player now for Supernova. Leaning out with the shot, a second one for the Red Bull clutch.
My jaw did not come back up until I'm speaking now. Like that, this moment. What was that shot? Also, this is thrifty.
Yep.
What if this is why I love these games, because just the strategy to brute force in and know it's about power and numbers, about the trades, and then about the quick setup for defense. Also, yeah, pull that clutch out of your hat. That's crazy. Amazing shots coming in on the side of Scary Shark, but what a round, and so well played by Supernova Galaxy. That's the kind of stuff you need to see from team cooperation here.
Too much celebration, I feel, though. Look at Scary Shark, 5,100 credits, the Vandal, and no armor. And with the responsibility to be the local player.
Yeah. Kind of missing out on that. Let's see if they play this one smart. Pushing through Fama, or oh my god, my brain vans. Look at the Bulldog over on Claudia. Let's push in. No. They don't decide. I like this little flex by Kazler here,
and
trying to figure out the rest of the map.
The Trailblazer came out, and we had a classic being shot by Jazzkins. So SMG doesn't know that they have an op here. Still trying to go for the A side hit. Satchel's coming through. Claudia with the bull run that you mentioned here, and there's a death trap microwave just by the staircase. Spike is down, and it's still Scary Shark at 1 HP left.
30 seconds left.
Getting healed up.
The trade-off happens, waiting for that spike to come down. Faye runs through the wall to surprise Lace. Planted in a safe spot here inside the A side, so all of SNG have to play pretty much turtled in, with the exception here of this Viper. Was trying to go for some sort of lurk. There's that battle by the toxic screen, the wall up. Everything's being cascaded, everything's being traded. And it's Jazzkins. There's that off a 1v1. A tap on the spike. A swing out and the flick onto Scary Shark right back. And Complexity will put 4 on the round. That's gotta be a clutch.
And you never forget about Jazzkins up. Incredible play that she's able to put up every time that she gets this weapon. And it's not a jet play, right? It's not a sacrifice for your Raze. It's a boost. It's a boon for Jazzkins to have this. The speed at which she can process these situations and understand what the safe play and the safe kill is. It shows every time. Still has the operator in hand. 9-1 coming in is the IGL. She definitely heard you, Vance. Definitely heard you. Say, maybe they take the weight off of her so she can frag. She'll take it all.
She already pushed her own weight. I saw the routine up on Twitter there. The tradition is to get to the gym before getting these games in.
Yep.
So she can lift her teammates on her shoulders, holding up towards the C site this time around. Getting pressured on both angles at the entrance of the C main as all of SNG are in Sheris, or with Sheris, with the exception of Sharky. Or Scary Shark, rather, because they actually had that missed buy before. They could go with their hero rifle this time around, and they could maybe work around this lockdown on the attack.
Have to be careful about retaking A. Already a rotation coming over from Kara here after getting a quick guiding light. So Complexity is trying. They've been in position a lot of the time when Supernova wants to hit the site. That's been their... And it looks like they'll have the right site needed as well for this one.
Nanostorm comes out too as soon as the Trailblazer came across on the defense here for info. So well done for Complexity. Neutralizing the threat with the Vandal falling down.
30 seconds left.
All right.
Loosen up.
Oh my gosh.
She's on one today.
Yeah, does not miss.
Oh, smoke. A little bit for your trouble.
How?
A little bit for your trouble.
How?
10 seconds left.
What? They're doing some Rubberman dancing moves in there, trying to dodge all those bullets. I don't know how. All right, 5-2 here. Complexity clean up that one pretty quick. Again, with that guiding light going towards long A, they still had Lace to protect it. Towards Rubble, they easily get another player, that's Kara, over towards B, get that crossfire locked in. And they already had 2 at C. So having, I think, Kara rotate off of these guiding lights and figure out where they need to be has really been able to put Supernova Galaxy on their heels on each attack.
Yeah.
They're just not getting the ground they need. The one round that worked for them was when they actually all rushed Little Door and just went in with guns blazing on an eco, right?
Yeah.
Kind of messing up Complexity and Chaos.
You have a picture-perfect score line now for Complexity. Your duelist at the top of the board, your initiator at the top in the assist column. So what we're trying to see here from the timeout from SNG, from Supernova, is what I've noticed is we're always able to make it at least up into a pressured position that could catch players off guard. I'm talking about the staircase, inside the B site, on the boxes, into C main almost before Marina got picked off by Jazzkin with the operator. So if you're able to gain that space a little bit more, maybe try to react on that right away and capitalize on that space and try to initiate that player to be the lurk or just to go for an all-out hit while you have an anchor there. So will that be the gameplay where you're going to try to change the pacing that you have here for Supernova that's been defaulty a lot at the beginning of these rounds?
What is Ray's planning? See an operator as well, still here for Jazzkins. that Odin's over at C this round. I think this might be around Supernova now that they have guns. They hear that hear that Odin right away being spammed through a smoke a one-way down towards long C now. Is to get util out, to source more information and figure out where they can hit safely. And actually they're choosing really well this round. As long as Jazzykins doesn't hit a 4K.
And an opportunity there too. Kastler didn't have any flashes left, so you had to body peek her, and you go for a second swing and it works out. A little bit of a gap in that Viper wall. So now as players are trying to push forward, opening the revolving door towards Tree. Jazzykin still staying alive in the back of the site with support there from Kara. 2 kills with the Guardian. For sure, that op will get salvaged unless Marina could come out here and pull out a miracle. 4 versus 1. Pinned between 4 players. Spike out in the open.
I feel like they've completely funneled Supernova Galaxy over towards A with the initial smoke and spamming the Odin from C. This kind of triggers in Supernova's mind that Tree is open. We can go Tree, we can take the site, but they had a solo Jazzykins there.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like 4 players right now. So it slows things down. And yeah, it seemed like SNG walked right into that trap and Complexity was ready for that quick A rotation.
Those little things too, right? It's I gotta think it has to be that toxic screen. If not, you're playing double controller. You could have probably smoked towards the staircase if you weren't confident on this wall going up. And because of that gap, that punishes the hit that SNG was trying to do there on the attack, and it slows down the whole pacing. Look at the amount of utility they used just to try to flush out Jazzykins, which gave so much more room for Complexity to retake the site.
It becomes tough. And it's not the dash away for Jazz. It's a blast back. Wait, good shark mid here.
Yep. Oh. There's the first contact.
Heard it.
The pointy elbow of Marina. That's 2 players falling down.
1 enemy remaining.
Ooh, okay, good trades. Jazzy, the play like this starts to affect the game overall. Yep. Like, as soon as you see that orange of the rays now, they are going to second guess the situation or flood onto it. It doesn't mean they're going to play defensive or scared, but they are going to have to play around it. Jazzykins, another huge round with multi-kills, and it's 7-2 here on Lotus as we start off. Ults everywhere across the map now, and they're going to probably switch up where Jazz goes once more. They're going to blast the door open right away here and just start opping outside. This is, I don't know. They can do whatever they want at this point on Complexity.
Yeah.
It is up for Supernova Galaxy to come up with something that works.
You got 3 ults to work with. So that's probably something to work with to gain a part of the site. Showstopper too to entry it. And in most cases, usually trying to work out towards the C side, and that's where Supernova starts.
They're actually trying to source. With the spike down, more information. Where can they go? What can they find? Where's Jazzykins? Number 1.
Most importantly,
and then where's
for sure,
the Killjoy utility? Would be a secondary. They could be walking right into this Odin too. They have been rotating that around the map on the side of Complexity.
And that's probably what you were mentioning here, Riv. Breaking that baby door. Putting the op in a different angle, so you're still trying to stoke here and forcing out utility to come out into the take. At least it's double ult to get into the site. Showstopper didn't connect, but at least Marina was there for the kill. Raise falls. Attacker lockdown, so all 3 ults invested into Supernova's hit when they're going to have a lot to go up against on the retake.
Nice swarm. Even though the rest of the team couldn't get in, they played it perfectly, so Faye had that space still.
There.
Waiting for a swing off the flasher from Kastler. Showstopper already yelled, but turns away at the wrong time. Seeker's now trying to answer back on the defense. That's a great way to stop all of these ults that were available for Complexity to start off the round on the retake. Now the ult pushes them all the way, but still probably in range here at Mount to look at the spike. And also an opportunity for backstabs to happen from Faye. Clock is still ticking down. Flashes are coming out. Door being open, but Complexity are still swarming out towards the mound. A 2 versus 1, looking to get it halfway on that spike. Now off it. Clock is still ticking here. Has his second. The swing's coming up, and there's the hop up, and Sharky finally gets the kill. But that made it very expensive in the end for Supernova to get the round.
It did. A much needed round as well to come in and finally shut down the nearly unkillable Jazzy and the rest of the team there. Still buys coming in. But yeah, it took a lot. And we're kind of seeing Supernova just a few seconds behind these really, really awesome plays. And that one almost squeaking out, going to complexity there. All right. Let's see where they play this one out. Round number 11. This could make it 7-5 still here and really, really turn this first half around.
They have to.
Complexity showing us a quick A play to try and get themselves into position and make Supernova sweat just a little bit here late in the first half.
With how well they're currently playing here for Complexity, I'd be afraid now to face against them once they take the attack and once they have control of the steering wheel here to drive their attacking half. 7-5 is going to be the bare minimum pretty much at this point for Supernova Galaxy if you want to try to stand a chance when you take the defense.
That's true. It's going to be tough to defend against this Complexity squad, who will not be second-guessing their motions. All right, so what's the idea? Waiting for a guiding light to go in. They're going to crash a bit here, but they know they have util. Do they touch and go and then go back to C here off of Raze?
You got a pit to work with, and that's not going to happen. That's no C-side at all. At least, thankfully, Scary Shark's still alive. So that's the pit coming out. A 3 versus 2. Nothing to help out here towards the retake of the site except these drive-bys and trades. Not even a chance to plant. And that's the pit wasted.
Last round in the half.
Yeah, I think that round right there is a really good round the Supernova Galaxy could look at for, like, the round is continuing. All of that happened at B was amazing, but they're still after the ult trying to set up defensive utility when they're being swarmed. Well, you know, they're getting caught with utility out. So I think the pace of that, they're learning that Complexity is moving way faster than they're expecting, and that is a good round to consider for them.
Money's a button, Riv. We got our double up to start things off on the last round of the first half. Pushing aggressively on C and on B. Para gets the first kill. Big paranoia for the second one onto Princess Icy. Instantly, as the bearers come up, Supernova Galaxy are at a disadvantage by 2 players. And they're the ones with no money. Swing again.
One.
Get another one.
Even on the double peek. Swing it. Bouncing herself around. Still gonna hit the shot. Oh my gosh, Van Silly. This is a Jazzy clinic. Get your hands up, shake them about, move your hips. 17-4 with 2 assists on the board. And the team is right there behind Jazzykins too, just pushing forward. Really great stuff here from Complexity to start off on defense. And I'll probably even see the... I don't know if we'll actually see the op coming in on attack here. I think Jazzy may just want to go on that W key, and it won't be useful.
Yeah.
But we could be wrong. Frenzy's coming out here, which... yeah, could be baby door play. Run back around, hit a baby door after a C to A. Do a little around the world. That's what I'm calling.
Yeah, well, Jazzykins does have this small shield and double satchel as well, so will they try to really explode into the C site? And Supernova Galaxy has that inkling as they had 3 players out there getting ready to flash and peek. Flash to flash on both skies. Star on the ground to stun a few. A 1-for-1 trade-off as the door opens up. Scary Shark with the kill from the revolving door. Still to the rescue with a quad kill.
Scary Shark do. Oh my word. That was great to watch. We love the ghost rounds. We love ghost rounds. 9-4, an unexpected door swing coming out of Scary Shark. Just lurking on that one. What? What's so fun?
I won't be able to get it out of my head now, dude. Every time I'm going to be casting Scary Shark, the song's just going to go in my head.
Oh, no,
Autoplay.
so sorry.
Autoplay.
That's the way it is. 4-1 here, coming. Okay. What about games? What about video games? Here we go. 4-1 on the split. And they are going to get a bit of pressure here from from Faye. This is a judge. We're going to lay down the law. Uh-oh.
Hiding inside the smoke too, trying to dodge over the Trailblazer, and that's the call now to hit the site. With 2 players moving forward towards the A main, a plant at least is a silver lining now for Complexity. Jazzykins looking for a backstab kill, being read by Marina. Easy one. Now another one. It's the Iron Man strat.
Ooh.
Kara's the second one to move up as they get spotted here and forced to fall back. But they come in to Faye with that judge.
Oh no. Oh
They're
no.
trying to delay as much as they can here. Fighting towards the revolving door at the B side. Can you get one more? Flawless victory coming out for Supernova Galaxy.
You know, there's blood in your eyes when you shoot your teammate running back into a smoke. Like, where? Where's the next person? Solid stuff from Supernova Galaxy here. Playing as a team, playing strong, and a few of these rounds start to key you in that they're having fun, right? They're enjoying themselves here, and that's super important for a team to keep a good mental and keep themselves on the winning side. And they're starting to pick up some very important rounds here in the second half. First two clinched in. Now they're going to have a bit of trouble versus the Vandals. And Complexity, probably not happy with losing those first two. So these are going to be some pretty solid rounds here. 2-2-1 to cover the whole map with the spike down. It's time to read the map and play a little slow.
Yeah. 2 first rounds, very well done for Supernova Galaxy. Keeping the kills low, keeping the deaths high, but not high enough to really farm these orbs where they could pose a threat for Supernova Galaxy in their bonus round. And you see from the start of this round, Complexity is holding a default still towards their spawn, thinking of some sort of aggressive trap play coming out from Supernova Galaxy, dispensing their utility very early in the round to clear out towards the A side.
Slow lurch. Complexity is really trying to get Supernova Galaxy moving here. Taking their time on moving up to the map, firing any shots that they can. A little solo mission here, Jazzy.
Whoa. That's going to be 2 easy kills because the other one's stuck in an astral
gosh.
form. B side now open for business. Not even any flash needed. Breaking a timing once again. This is the second time this happened here, Riv, where Scary Shark had a line of sight, getting ready for Jazzikins, and somehow just maybe looks at the radar at the wrong moment, and Jazzikin gets the kill. Retake. Yeah. Very difficult now for Supernova Galaxy. Instant trade, 2 players left alive. Forced to fall back, but at the same time, you're looking to do that econ damage here for Princess Icy and Scary Shark. No value coming out from the Guardian this time around, and a perfect pulse plant hole for Complexity as they put up 10 on the board.
Wild stuff. Jazzy makes it look unfair. Honestly, 20 and 6 there. I think keying, interestingly enough, keying off of hearing stars go down as well, lessening the amount of numbers she would face if she did go into tiny door. And it actually played out that it was 1 and 2, and the Astra was second after coming out of astral form. So it's like just how quick they're playing, what they're keying on the side of Complexity, and taking that advantage. Supernova is not allowed to make a mistake right now. And Complexity is letting them know that. Already pushing up a little bit to meet a fight head on. Supernova Galaxy ready.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to take matters into your own hands.
Yeah.
And that's both Vipers trying to make a play. The one that gets the success out of it is on the defensive side for Supernova Galaxy. Player advantage now coming out for the defenders. Early nanostorm is being popped as well when the alarm mark never came through. Still moving up. Princess Icy now gets the play and the kill onto Claudia. No trade-off. Heal's about to come up. And we now have a 2v4 for Supernova.
One guiding light here. It should be enough, even for a fake.
Paranoia as well.
Good hits.
Flash for the first. Nice holds rather from the rest of Supernova Galaxy. Didn't get caught off the flash out of the smoke play.
Should be a low buy here. Not low buy, but low armor buy if they actually go in for it. Raze doesn't have too much in the bank, and they cannot do a purchase for Raze. So I wonder what the purchase will be here.
An op.
Oh my word. Drop it to Jazzy. Does Lace keep it? We know Lace for doing some
Lace opping on
operating.
attack is something that we've seen before.
Yep.
On Sova, on Omen. This is
Yes,
this is
that's
going to
true.
be another default round then for Complexity.
And these Guardians have been up to snuff this series from what we've seen. So no scoffing at that as they bring them in here for round 17.
Yep.
But it is looking good for Supernova Galaxy. They have to realize it's a low buy. And maybe playing this one a little bit slower is the key. Spike is down. They hear a few of these Guardians. I mean, you see how much power that SNG is kind of packing together here. This duo move across the map here of Faye and Kessler.
Yeah.
Or Kessler, I should say.
Para picked up an orb. Now the attackers, or sorry, the defenders know that Complexity have an op this time around. Still pivoting for a stack towards the A site. Trying to read the rotation out there as they'll hear the flash. And Kara's trying to potentially sell a fake with this Seekers on the A site.
So far back. Look how far back Supernova Galaxy is this round. We have not seen this yet.
Oh, yeah.
They're leaving everything up to the util. They understand the importance of this round. If Complexity can win a round this low on economy, it's going to break the game for
This is so
SNG.
well read though, Riv. This was a strat to break the door and finish towards the B site, and 3 players of Supernova are inside the B site, being covered by a smoke and nanostorm just at the entrance, but still, Complexity storms through and breaks the site open. Contact coming out from spawn, damage being done, but Faye runs out from the top of the heavens. Showstopper out towards B main, right at the feet of Claudia, and that's Supernova Galaxy with a clean retake and a 7th round coming in.
Whoa. Whoa. That was intense. At first, it looked like Princess Icy and Marina, they went to trade for each other, but the trade was just too swarmed by Complexity, right? Marina tries to go out, I want to trade with you, I want to help you, but there's too many eyes on. And the play from Faye to get back up top and then just swing this right into Claudia. It all happened in a split second, and that's the kind of stuff Complexity isn't expecting from Supernova Galaxy, but
Yeah.
I think they should now. That was very impressive.
We mentioned those tendencies too, right, on how Complexity could play, so potentially understanding how Complexity are playing on the attack. Great calls by the IGL here for Supernova Galaxy on that previous round, and great discipline from Kessler.
Yeah. Right in again, Vans.
But stopped and denied right away. 10 HP left for Scary Shark, falling back for a heal. Opportunity now for Complexity to move inside for a plant. Oh, there's the ult gone. Ray's getting that first kill with the Stinger, now stuck in the corner. Card trying to help out, but gets pooped. And the lure buy works out even better for Complexity. Somehow we have a 1 versus 1. Forcing out potentially a Cosmic Divide, but it's a star to start things off. Fake TP inside that smoke. The paranoia now instills onto Marina. Sheriff has always been good for Lace as well. There's that Cosmic Divide. Oh, she's definitely running! And that's just trying to get the timing. Marina was just waiting there with the Phantom. Headshot instantly. As that's still a great thrifty round for Complexity to keep that econ very low. But the silver lining here, Riv, the op is now in the hands of the defenders.
Yeah, Faye had one last round. I was like, wait, another raise upper? How is this? How is this happening? Grabbed again. Kessler on 1. Could be an easy orb to grab, but it never is for the defenders, so they'll have to be careful if they try to play out towards A, but Seekers will be big here. These sight holds, these takes, Supernova has played patient, played passive the last few rounds to receive a little bit more of the aggression and cause Complexity to have to come out of their safe spots in these sight takes and these sight holds. Especially smart to do it there on the eco round where Complexity has to push forward with pistol. It never makes it easy to be the one swinging on the rifle. So really smart stuff by Supernova Galaxy to hold back, play each situation differently, and not just go into each round thinking we need to win again. They're really varying up the defense to make it work against Complexity here, and that's going to call a Complexity timeout.
Timeout now being called by Coach Joe for Complexity. They have been able to really brute force now towards these sites, but the post plant holds is where it's been a little bit more difficult for Complexity, although they are moving into these sites with a lesser number. So how do you capitalize now on early takes? knowing that their default plays leaves them with 2 or 3 players left into the site on the pulse plant, or are they shifting gears? And it might seem like it here, all 5 of them focusing with these ults too towards the A site.
It has been 3 post plant successes in a row now for Supernova Galaxy. They've been able to retake very well. I think they know, you called it, Vans, they might have to play that this time due to all of those ults and retake here once again. Let's see how they do on A. We've seen a lot of B scuffle and a lot of C. Here we go towards A.
Showstopper to clear space as well. You see, meanwhile, the jungle coming through. Faye is now using the Phantom for the retake. Somehow, the 6th sense from Jastigan stops Scary Shark on the top of heaven. So Kazler has the ult for the retake. Faye has to move in with the Phantom. An ult comes out for the Viper's Pit for Raze, but Faye still manages to get the kill onto Kara. So Spike goes down towards the A site. Still, the numbers are coming out in favor of SNG for the pulse plant once again. Lockdown now coming through, and it gets broken. Paint shells now inside the site. Players are moving in for the defenders. Lace trying to do whatever she can. Stuck on her 2 versus 1. Wall banging through. Her position's now given away. Seekers now to confirm it. The double swing out. And there's time.
Wow.
Plenty of time coming out for SNG. They'll get the defuse and 1 round away of tying up the 2nd map on Lotus.
SNG's teamwork is just splitting the armor of Complexity right through the middle. Their covers are gone. Their trades are getting messed up here. And SNG is winning their 1v1s, which is incredibly important against this all-star squad here at Complexity. Incredible stuff. Fancilly, I feel like the spirit of Supernova Galaxy lives on from their rematch.
Yeah.
Like, this is super similar. 13 to 11 rather for the last one here, and it looks like SNG wants to change that and make new history with maybe a win of their own and a different roster to boot. So here we go, pushing up. SNG, Faye have been on the front line of a lot of these plays, and they're going to try to get aggressive right off the bat. A little bit different here from the defensive side. Uh-oh, door play.
Gets opened up. Faye still hit by the paranoia. Trade's coming right across, but the flash unfortunately blinds Kessler as they're trying to run out from that smoke, and Jazzkin punishes it right away. So the read once again was there for Supernova. One slight mistake, just like that toxic screen, just like the Viper roll a few rounds ago, proves to be very costly. Look at the last 2 players already saving towards the A side.
What a time to turn it around. And like that too. Supernova Galaxy's been so confident about their plays, so why shouldn't they take that? Really nicely done by Complexity. I think that in general is somewhat of a play where you're trying to make something difficult for the opponent to think of, and it can't just be a regular play. Sometimes it is opening the door and getting a bit of utility back and forth. Did not seem like SNG was ready, and like you said, the Complexity read coming back into play for the advantage.
Yep.
So this is going to be a nice save out. Spike down, and Complexity gets themselves a little bit of money. Trading it over, Princess Icy saves, so they're fine. They should have enough money to buy here, especially with Kazler dropping 1, so it shouldn't be too bad. Light armor, however, in that inventory. Yeah, Kazler's pretty rich.
Yeah. Light armor for a few, but also very, very close to ults. Now, a timeout being called. I think this is the 2nd one, as you can see here on the overlay. The 2nd one being called by Supernova Galaxy, which I'll take the chance to say, by the way. Thank you, production, for letting me know. My mistake there on the coach. Not Coach Joe, assistant coach so far, but the main calling for the coaching is Sloth. That said, though, to focus back here in round number 21 on this timeout. You talked about the economy being very good here, Rivington, for Supernova Galaxy. They're also very close to some retake ults. Phase about 2 orbs away. Princess Icy at 1 away from the lockdown, where they haven't really found that much success for Princess Icy on how they can anchor towards these sites. But 1 simple kill. We talked about those small mistakes, but maybe small moments that they could captivate on their side could really turn it back around here for Supernova Galaxy.
It's true. They have the players to do it too. Seeing what Scary Shark has done. And I think the passive play was actually really where they were able to make their mark. This push through at long C, it was different, and they may have been setting too much consistency to be passive, but it was working for them, and they kind of tried to change it. 4 retakes and defuses in the post plant. You can see there from 16 to 19, and then they went aggressive at C. lost the round. Easy plant, easy win. They saved some weapons. So let's see if they play passive again. They do have 3 locked in at B, but the 1-3-1 kind of tells me that with anchors on both sites, they're not going to do too much mid.
Contact play here towards B main for both teams. Still first blood for the defenders. Low HP is Kara lands by the nades here from Faye, and all 3 players trying to lurk up B main gets instantly denied. Ooh, that's a way to come back from a timeout here.
Yep. It's not that they weren't doing too much mid. That doesn't mean they won't shoot people if they show up. What a great call on that. Complexity has been on the winning end of a lot of these reads, and finally a few falling in the favor of Supernova Galaxy. And now just left on their lonesome Claudia and Raze, waiting to pick up the spikes so they don't make that extra noise. And way back.
Yeah.
Way back in spawn.
Play
Just
the
whatever,
numbers.
we'll take it back together.
Yep.
This SNG, I love this.
Staying close to right, you hear stars in the
Yeah.
range of if anything's coming in for a tap towards the A site, there's delay there. Now you're gonna have audio cues on the top of heaven here for the B site. There's that
30
tap.
seconds left.
And then 3 players just waiting on spawn. Hear the Trailblazer.
Oh, perfect timing.
Supernova knows or rotates coming in now towards that C site. 18 seconds left on the clock. Raze, Faye being already in the back of that site at the spawn side. At least the plant still goes down. Double push. First ones get spotted. Big flash. Now Claudia has been clutched before, but Faye's the one with the 2 kills and the showstopper ready in the next round.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. What good frags going to your Raze. Princess Icy here. Lockdown achieved on the defuse, so they're really getting those orbs cycled in. 11 to 10 within 1. And that's gonna be, I believe, a low buy 3,900. It's kind of what we're looking at for the side of Complexity right now. So this is gonna be Supernova Galaxy being able to dictate the round with a lockdown, knowing that there's a lower buy on the side of Complexity, whether that's light armor and trying to buy out. Yes, they're actually going to have enough to go in, and util. So maybe they did have enough. They actually have been planning. So that makes sense.
That's correct, yeah. Adding the
yeah,
extra
they
300
have been
credits
planning.
each off these plants, that's going to help for sure. Seekers are also going to help in this round. But delay and pulse plants, retakes for the defenders is the name of the game so far. Finding most of their success here on the defensive half in this retake plays. And they have the utility for it.
Quick site take. Wait, it's still going to be a fight at A here?
That's crazy. A first trade off. But it's still an advantage coming out for the defenders. Delay and deniability of the showstopper. Now the plant volley comes in after the Seekers. We know what the 2 players are now from those Seekers coming in, and the 3rd player being all the way back towards the A side. And an opportunity for Jazzikins and Kara to move forward and reposition themselves.
Do they lock down or they just go for it?
I have to lock down at this point.
Oh my, do they lock down
at
now?
this point. Yep. You have
Oh
no
my
choice.
gosh.
After a tap like that from Kara, 2 versus 2. Now you have to stick away. The only place is in the corner. Thankfully, there's no paint shells, nothing to stop Jazzikins in that corner. So she'll wait it out. There's a smoke on the first, a spray across. Her position's given away. Nice swing out from IC. A 1v1. The defuse is still being stuck. It's being held. It's been defused now for SNG as they tie up the game 11 to 11.
What was that round? Oh my god, what a scary spot to hide. I was like trying to get in a corner when Jazzy was there. That's intense. Oh my gosh, the sprays were so close. And after the, oh my, after those shots, after Raze takes out the showstopper, the show is stopped over at C. SNG, Princess Icy coming up with a hold. Icy defuse right there, 11 to 11. We're tied up. Look how good SNG is in the post plant. That's absurd. I think Complexity needs to stop planning. That's their downfall.
Yeah, just
no,
frag.
just kidding. Just go for the frag. No, but seriously, SNG having an immaculate post plant and around game right now, and they've brought this right back to tied. And they have Complexity on the ropes, I'd say, even at this tie game with the pressure SNG's putting on.
A pivotal round for both teams for sure. For Complexity, you're still getting closer and closer to ults for round number 24. For SNG, the economy's still pretty good on their end, so it's still going to be a chess match, a chess battle for both of these IGLs now because you don't have any timeouts left. So the first call now from Jazzykins is for Complexity to move towards the C site. It's open, but is it really right now from the POV of the dog?
They're waiting. Walking into a trap.
And it's a 1-for-1. Player advantage now. Drops the spike as Faye gets the kill onto Kara. Catching another one off guard. Faye continues to hold the W. And SNG looking to get the revenge here. And the last time these two teams played against each other on Lotus. Now facing map point on Complexity's map choice.
Walking through. Commonly seeing that operator in the hands of Jazzykins, now trying with the stinger. 10 seconds.
Oh, the trick shot almost through the wall. Faye gets a 4K. We mentioned it here, Riv. It comes down to this. Another situation where the economy is going to be all over the place for Complexity. But they have these ults. The biggest one being that showstopper.
My gosh. These reads from SNG and the execution on the reads as well. It doesn't have to be 3 people at a site. The 2 that are there are trading, cross-firing. They're playing the verticality of C. Really cool there. You saw Faye as well as Kazler being just above each other and really being able to trade shots from back of site to waterfall. It's just hard to stop.
Yeah.
It's hard to answer, and they're not doing too much different than a regular team defending sites, right? They are playing 2-2-1s or 2-1-2 SNG on defense, but it's just working. Everyone on the team is vibing, and I think, like we said earlier, we saw in the first 2 rounds of this second half that they were kind of bouncing around and vibing when they won those pistols in second round at B and having a little bit of fun. So I think that is ringing true right now for SNG here to get this win. Still need 1 round though. Complexity calls the timeout. And it has been a battle between both squads. What do they do for this possible OT round?
So there was still 1 timeout left after all here for Complexity being used now. Trusting the process of what they had from the last timeouts that they called. Despite not winning these post-plant situations, still feeling confident that they can push through towards the finish line. But now the timeout's being used to try to bring this into extra innings. 10 seconds left before the barriers come up, and Complexity are looking to potentially move and plow with the showstopper towards this B site.
Little baby door rotation or a flex over at A, but you're right. They're going strong. The Trailblazer's going to lead the charge. Jazzy is ready to make an entry into the site.
Right through the baby door! Gets the 2 kills with the paranoia that came out from Lace. What a play coming across! 3 more kills needed. Position taken by Jazzykins as Kazler falls. A 5 versus 2 with a spike plant towards the B site. Baby door, revolving door opens. An instant trade. Princess Icy now in a 3 versus 1. Paint shells to delay, at least not to allow Princess Icy to get anywhere close to that spike. As she's clearing every single corner. A passive play for Complexity. Nice first kill up to Jazzykins, but it's a bait and switch. Will not expect Kara to swing through. There's a tap. And then Raze comes across. And we will move towards the extra innings.
Oh my god. I just imagined 2 people fumbling over the keys to open the door and they just couldn't find it. Both players of SNG trying to get out so quick, Marina and Faye. Oh, both get hit in the heels. That round, Jazzy said, "We are not losing this round." And took it upon herself to just go off. Opened up into baby door and then turned around to make it happen even more. Great job by Complexity to play it incredibly strong at the final moments to make a few more moments possible in this first map here. 12-12 as we get our first OT round. We're resetting a little bit. Supernova's back on attack. Let's see how they can play this out after having a really, really great defensive string on the second half.
Yeah. Complexity wants to take pressure of A main right away. No ops, no glass cannon for Jazzykins. As they get this position, the instant rotate comes back towards the C side because they have all that Killjoy utility on B. So at least for Complexity, they heard the orb. They heard the satchel up on the top of the wall as well on C side. Now it's time to play the mind games.
is actually... I feel like this is really tough now for Supernova. Besides C, everything is very hard to retake. Nice damage.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice read there onto Jazzican. She's played that spot before. That now initiates the push towards the C site. Great delays for Raze to start things off with the Poison Orb and Snake Bite. Killjoy moving forward to help out Claudia, placing a Nanoswarm, delaying even more. Now the door is being opened again. Once again, instilling the paranoia against your opponents. But SNG are still holding towards Mound.
Makes it tough now.
Claudia, though, for his blood inside the C site. Raze with the crossfire.
Oh my
Perfect.
gosh.
Every single duel has been won now on the C and the B hold. And it's up to the Lurker. With 20 seconds left, it's an impossible task. Keep the comms up, reset, and go into round number 26, but this is Complexity back in the lead.
We see Scary Shark here to make this play. I think FaZe nade was a little early. They couldn't actually, they didn't initially know what kind of defense they were looking at. They want to go in with the nade, they go in with the chaos. Nice shot. Good trade there. Yep. And they make the play. But the fact that the nade was gone, we instantly, for SNG that is, we instantly saw Raze move back down into that lower portion of B. The rest of the team move in since they couldn't be scattered out. And Supernova tries to walk back into B, or C rather, and it's covered. So I feel like Supernova Galaxy stalled out, but still went with their initial plan and needed an audible there on that one. Complexity already had it in the read. So we switch it up one more time. Complexity on attack now. And it looks like we actually will have a bit of a forward play from the side of SNG. They're not going to be in that back line.
Yeah, they're looking for the same flash play to swing out. There's that flash. Here's the footsteps. Lace stuck in a corner, but maybe we'll still stay there. Just to get the rotate back out here towards the A site. They don't need that Omen. The toxic screen's available here for Raze for them to creep up on.
Straight towards the utility. It's not the end of the world, but it's going to make it very tough here for Complexity.
Nanoswarms to delay. Stars coming down as well. Paint shells being thrown, trying to clear out the site. Orb now being picked up. Kara's the one with the spike too. So they're trying to get late round post-plant Seekers if available. Contact play now inside the site. Nice shot by Faye. Advantage now for Supernova Galaxy. Keeping the dream alive into a second OT potential. Jazz against one of the rare misses. Yes, there's indeed the late lurk. And that pulls the rotate back here towards the C site. But it's such a long rotate. Lace has to come up huge right here. The rotate will potentially be heard by the person pushing out towards the B side, and that's Scary Shark.
30 seconds left.
Rotation's going to come across. Now it's time for Jazzigans to play the lurk. Alarm bot spots her, but here's the fight towards the C site. First contact though towards A, the plant now coming down towards C. Lace on top of the boxes. Seekers now available. Jazzigan loses her fight. But the Seekers now spots 3 players inside Waterfall. Disadvantage still for Complexity, though. Claudia looking for the jiggle. It's a high-low here towards the site. But this is all to waste time to allow the rotates and the lurks to come across. Nice flash for 2 kills from Claudia. Now individual fights. 1 Waterfall, 1 towards C-Main. Where's the third? Looking for the backstab. It's Faye. It's a trade-off. It works out.
They got it.
They come back in for the defuse. And they force another overtime!
How is Supernova Galaxy so good at post plants? I mean, we're seeing how, but you can still ask because it's a mystery. So even losing members there, you're like, oh, this is going to be a 3v5 in favor of Complexity. And then it's like SNG hits a different gear, gets themselves into position, and swarms the rest of the members after identifying and triaging what was happening in the site. Incredible stuff. Well played. We're going to another one, Van Silly. The timeout will be called. 2 players almost dropping 30 bombs on each side. This is getting hectic, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, and it's always nice to see your duelists at the top right there to create that space and different type of play styles game. Exactly. And different ways to work that, right? Jazzigans with an op on defense. Phage is holding W and owning up the place. Paint shell kills across the board. But now we tie things up on a 13-13. Another timeout comes out by apparently Danimal says it was Trollman. So nice. Little timeout from Troll.
Okay.
That said, though, we'll have to see. The timeout is going to be crucial here for Supernova Galaxy because they haven't really found a way, rather, to get through the line of defense that Complexity's been holding. I mean, it's been the story for both of these teams, rather, but for Complexity more in these post-plant situations.
All right. We're in there. 15 before the gates are down. Looks like pretty regular buys across the board. We don't have the Odin. We don't have the Ops. Again, here for overtime. In A focus, the A seems to be the biggest toss-up of every site that we've had. And teams committing and finalizing. It usually goes to B here. There's just such a scrap at A. Teams haven't figured each other out. And I think that's very telling of how both teams are reading each other here. They are pushing each other very hard. Looks like, again, it plays slow, and they just tempt a little bit towards A as they get control of the rest of the map here. Passive play by Complexity as they just get a few bits of utility out of Trailblazer. Ooh, good spot, actually. Multiple.
2 stuns and the turret. Now that forces out an early smoke coming out from Lace. So delay is being held. We're at the minute mark. Time now for the initiators to figure out if there's going to be any type of pushes. And it feels like we're feeling it for Supernova Galaxy. The Allura hasn't gone out yet anywhere towards the C side. We have aggressive positions coming out from Scary Shark on the A side, and that's what we were talking about before, Riv. If you have that opportunity to get up towards that staircase, do you want to try to leverage that with the rest of the team? And it seems to be the case now for Supernova Galaxy.
Delay mollies go off. Doors open. So it's Claudia's utility down now.
It was a nice paranoia, but they couldn't capitalize on a kill that allows now Supernova Galaxy to break that door, capitalize on that space, and take the B-side plant. Delays coming through with a snake bite underground, so guarantees the plant now. We've seen this moment before. An advantage coming out from SNG has converted into a victory the last time around. This time they do it on the attack for the post plant.
Quick play.
Looking to take the lead with the last 2 players from Complexity rotating out towards the A-Link. Paint shells gonna do some damage, if not push them away.
And a relurk by Scary Shark.
Yeah.
Oh my word. They're ready.
Looks to be GG at least for this round. Go next. Tap on the spike. First kill coming out from Jazzikins. Second one too. Back to the classic, but it's gonna be coming in from all angles.
Yes.
No time left no matter what. Supernova Galaxy takes the opportunity of closing out the first map again.
Switching sides.
Oh my gosh.
Match point.
This game point. And now they're on their post-plant side. They got the attack side. Post-plant has been their strength, so this seems to be in their favor. And really playing this one well. We have not seen a big lurk be a factor in their play there, so to be able to transition to something like that during the OT, they had a lot of room to work with and decided to put it into play. It's good to see. Now back, like I said, on defense. Complexity goes for this OT timeout. That's their one. And this is the last time out. Jazzy just cooked. We'll see if that's the case again. There was an ultimate to be had for that play.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it'll be the same here, but it was a quick B, and they were all behind it with that support utility over the shoulder of Jazzykins. It might be a replica of that.
Well, let's remember, too, that this mirror composition for both of these teams allows for you to play some passive post-plant positions as well with the snake bites, with the nanoswarms. Gravity Well coming out on a defense, too, but this time Supernova's on a defense, of course. But we haven't seen Complexity try to go for any type of those A-side plants towards small door. It's always been like, okay, we're going to take control there first and try to break the door and go towards B. Will we have one of those curveballs off this timeout here to just switch it? A full 180 on how they want to play the pulse plan, because these duels playing inside the site has not been a winning condition here for Complexity.
That's silly. Look at Lace.
Oh, that's what we're doing with the timeout. Okay. I've seen that before, too.
Yeah, we got the operator out. Glass cannon in OT.
I think that's what Boasters based his opping Astron bind on the attack in OT from Lace with the operator, too.
I wouldn't doubt it. It is fierce. We'll see it moving up to take a point here on the C. And everybody's really out of position of a long peak right now.
Oh, it's a contact.
Ooh.
It's not being cleared.
I can't believe she didn't see a puffy jacket there.
But Princess Icy did see the tip of that operator, so a jumps peek. Oh my god, for 2 players to get spotted. Jazzikins, though, meanwhile, gets the kill on the other end. What? Somehow, we just held it back on both sides. Only 3 players left alive here for Complexity, and we're just going to charge into the A site.
All right. A is the play, and post plan has been golden for the side of SNG. Do they take down Complexity on the first map here? The push from Kara.
Snake bites and nanoswarms for the pulse plant too. So Kara trying to make a play on the top of the ropes. The flash across, there's the first 2 kills. Great trades coming out for Complexity. 2 versus 1. 1 nanoswarm, 1 snake bite. Turret now spotting the player moving forward. And it gets shot in the front by Raze on the top of heaven. And this should have been a round over and a map over for Supernova Galaxy. But Complexity pulls that magic from the hat.
Incredible idea to push forward there, especially not really knowing the timing, what was happening. All the callouts came from the members that went down, and then there was just a void of space. And they considered they had just enough. They looked at each other, gave them a nod, and they went up that rope. Went for the play. Also, the kill off the rope, you can't make it up. This is OT. Anything goes. And we're back into it. Like you said, this play that Faye would make, they've only done it a handful of times to take this space, and it was because Raze demolished them last time. Here at Tree, they're going to try again, though, and the situation is the same.
And how many rounds has it been since we've seen an Odin? Not like a long time ago. It feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is another element of surprise now for Complexity on the defense. A jump spot coming out from the side door now being open. A Larbot also being broken by Supernova Galaxy as they're still holding control towards the staircase. Head-to-head, Faye again holding W. Headshot into Claudia. And
they hit her!
The Odin doesn't strike. And the plant comes in now for the attackers until Lace and Kara comes in for 2 instant kills. Spike still went down. Oh, through the smoke! What? Jazzikins now in a 3 versus 1. Satcheling in, paint shells available. Not gonna happen! 4 kills for Scary Shark. And we go again with a map point for Supernova Galaxy.
Did she catch a shoelace going into the smoke? what was that?
If not, caught a lace.
Maybe a tuft of dirt. And then just knew where the shot would need to be. Amazing. I say amazing. I'm changing how words work. Amazing stuff. Everybody again is showing up. We got the 30 bombs around the board. Faye and Scary Shark doing
I hope so at this point.
as well as Jazzy. Yeah, we're getting into it. Round 30 coming up now. SNG back on defense where they've been strong. Looks like they help each other out. Baby doors open here. It's going to be the death ball for Complexity as they try to move past this wall. It's going to be just a wall down and pop out. But unfortunately, there's another wall there. Killing the moment.
With this wall coming down too, again, try to cycle util. There's that flash for more info. Lace has to reposition, but still give a chance here for Raze to move forward and take control of Hobbit. Now Trailblazers gonna spot. Can they punish right here? Shark's been one hard player to deal against, and they still made it out clearly and safely inside the C site. Back to a 5 versus 5, but look at the aggression coming out from Supernova Galaxy. 2 players pushing forward towards the B main now. The swing across, breaking the turret, and the trade-off is perfect for Complexity to start.
All right. 5v4 conversion now for Complexity here. They still haven't decided where they want the spike to go. They want to jostle. I think they've almost decided. I was going to say they want to get SNG moved a little bit more from their positions, and this will do it.
30 seconds left.
They went from working as a team, trying to play a post plan, to be defaulting everywhere across the map and winning every single one of these fights. Full and healthy until Kara falls from the hands of Kassler inside the A site. Traded off instantly. Princess Icy on a 4 versus 1. I think we're going to need a Kassler timeout at this point.
Yeah. I'm feeling it. We're coming up. 30. We go to 31.
Overtime.
All right, 15-15. The revenge match continues. All right.
Even a new game doesn't have 30 rounds of regulation anymore.
New game. Odin for Lace. It won't be an op this time. And we do have a regular buy coming out of Supernova Galaxy here. Are they ready to explode is the question. Are they going Supernova? They have been able to capitalize. It's backwards now. They're getting the attack rounds, but losing their post plants, which they've been so good at. This is OT, is this topsy-turvy world that we're getting here between Complexity and Supernova. Spikes down. They feel out the map. Looks like they will collect some orbs here, actually.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a sense of normalcy finally this time around here on Lotus, as the converting rounds are on the attacking half. Trap play being held here by Complexity. Trailblazer with the paranoia, spotting one player holding all the way back, but at least a turret has been broken. This will potentially allow some of these lurks to happen in these pulse plans should Supernova Galaxy be able to take one of these sites.
Complexity ready as well for a retake, like you said. It's... Do they make the op work, though, on the side of SNG?
Here.
Slowly working back over. I think they're just drawing with the sound of the op right now. 3 towards A as they're about to hit B, Vansilli. Some mind games, but they're stalled. And here comes Jazzykins back over.
Trying to reset and run out that utility on that C site, trying to capitalize maybe a overpeak coming out from Raze on the C side. But as now SNG are now committed into the B site. Nanostorms being popped on the B side as well. The plant list is about to come through with a reload. Faye almost caught Jazzykin off guard there. Satchel across. Second one coming across as well. And there's that kill. Spike at least got planted, traded off by Princess Icy. 4 versus 2 now. A retake ensues for Complexity. From Hobbit, from Waterfall, from the top of the B site. A play looking to be made by Kazler, and it's not going to happen. Princess Icy gets instantly traded off. And the defensive half has been working well this time around for round number 31 as Complexity take the lead and map point.
Oh my, honestly, I cannot tell which way these rounds are going to go. Even when the numbers are uneven at this point, everybody is just pulling out all the stops. That is going to be the defuse. We've seen how many rounds have just gone down to fragging recently. That time, SNG pushes through and Complexity is forced to retake. They deserve the win. They got that one. Now it's on the game point for Complexity. This has been going back and forth for Supernova, really.
Literally, yeah.
Complexity now ready to topple it over and finish what they should have. This comeback from SNG has been pretty incredible. And now Complexity is pushed back into their A main. 4-1 though, and there's moving up mound very fast.
And if we're going to follow the storyline here of how this game has been going around for these two teams, Complexity, an impression to get the C site out in the open for free, but have been failing on the pulse plants. What changes this time around? Already instant positions, high-lows, plat not for main, so we're committed to play inside the site for the pulse plant one more time.
They're waiting for each other. Super smart play. Princess Icy getting into a better position. They hear 2 shots from main. They got to consider 2 from Waterfall. Here's the 3. 5v5 on what is possibly a final round.
There's that first flash coming in. Another flash available for Kazler for the second hit back in the site. Paranoia not available here for Complexity. A push forward, trying to catch him off guard. Jasmine gets punished. Instantly, all of Complexity falls! Another overtime, Riv. We're not done yet.
Can I get that in .25 all the way around? How are they so good at chaotic post-plant retakes? It literally is like they flip a switch and every angle is the right one that's watched. One of the things that a team that can do that so well has...
See, even the replay couldn't catch the replay.
It's ridiculous.
That's
so how good they are. It's so fast. Is they all trust each other. There's no second guessing on an angle. One's high, one's low. You take your shot, you're covered by your teammate. Nobody's taking these other angles, and you just go in, you hit your target, and you're done. And man, do they make it look good.
Change of pace, even moving forward early into the entrance of the A site, of A main even rather, for Complexity. And trying to find a paranoia push. Scary Shark wasn't affected by it, but sees that the push was coming out for Complexity. Now will SNG try to move out towards the C site. Poison Orb slows them back though.
Still focusing. Complexity did this last time. They didn't have a push on A, but they're ready to retake A if necessary. Jazzykins easily plays their life there. They can get out of this.
Still wants to fight it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Always take the first shot. One blast pack for them, and one for me. It goes back to safety. Yep.
Door being open as well, just to keep the players on the C site anchored there. So a big numbers advantage for SNG to pivot back towards this B site. Alarm bot Nanostorm available for Claudia. Faye moving in right now. Plant about to come down here for Princess Icy. Big flash coming out here for Lace to come out. This time it's Complexity to flip back into sight and to be pristine towards that retake as well. Seeker spotted the last player.
Yeah.
Greeted by the Seekers and bullets. Complexity back in the lead.
All right. Now it seems defense is the strength of both teams. We will see if SNG can reply once again. Yeah. A is just off the menu for these teams. It seems super uncomfortable for both. But at any moment, you have to consider it's going A, right? They can't. I think Complexity has kind of realized that with not putting anyone A. Rays push up, Jazzykins can back up, but they have the majority of their members over at a site that has been hit time and time again. There's your Vance. C push here coming out of SNG. And it looks like they're going to leave A to just the utility. Probably get a bit of a mid to B play, or sorry, stairs to B play from Princess Icy. Nice identify there.
Still keeping it up. So the game plan's still the same for Complexity. They have that cushion with the lead that they currently have here. 17-16, round number 34. And the first map of this series, and that's how you punish the jump peaks. Instantly the C side opens. Alert comes up towards the A side as well. So we're still working slow. Still giving respect now to Supernova Galaxy.
There's a hero play. They're still so split. I love this back and forth right now. Making a little bit of noise.
Oh, and that second flash, that forced the rotate out from the B site. So there's only one player left towards A, but nonetheless, it was a game plan already.
Turret.
Yeah.
They took the turret from Tree.
But it's been the game plan already for Supernova Galaxy to play the retake. We know how good they are for that. There's the first one broken. Second one's in the back of the site, so that's going to delay for a tad.
30 seconds left.
Given that chance for that retake to happen very soon here for Supernova Galaxy.
There.
All right. 5v4. Complexity up. Looking to convert this one to the win.
There
Take
you
the
go.
map.
Planet for the side where you could play lineups on the left side of A main. Snakebite available for Raze, but looks like they're going to use it here for the staircase instead to delay. One Nanostorm on the spike. Everybody else playing passively as SNG has been so good for the overrun back into the site. Jazzykins in there. It's looking to be good finally here for Complexity. A push forward from Faye. Satchel. Low HP's Lace. Gets that headshot there. Traded off by Kara. And there it is finally. Complexity wins the first map. 18-16.
OT after OT, and Complexity find a way to dunk it home at A, somewhere the teams avoided almost the entire first map of this series. Incredible stuff. Supernova Galaxy's defensive post plants are just wild. The way they're able to retake, I can't wait to see if it can happen on every map that they play. But their Lotus really refined from that defensive side, and Complexity just hitting so hard from attack, and they're finally able to get a bit of that pressure on both offense and defense to finally win. OT4?
Yeah.
OT 5, 6?
OT 1,000. It doesn't matter.
It was there.
I'm just like you, Riv. I can't wait to see the continuation of this matchup. So let's throw it right away to a couple of ads, and then we'll come back to see the continuation of this series.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.